Thousands of girls joined the Women's Royal Australian Air Force during the war. More are joining now, forsaking the monotony of civilian life for travel, interest, and a career.
I was marching in the Anzac Parade. My daughter and I actually made the banner for the Anzac Parade here, and we made the banner because someone from here went to Western Australia. We made the one for the Western Australians as well, and they gave us the plaque up there for having done that, which was quite special. It was really quite an amazing thing, you know, marching in that parade, being part of that and seeing the people in the parade from so long ago, because with my childhood, having been born in 1936, I grew up during the Second World War, and then there's been the Korean War and the Vietnam War and the, you know, Malaysia and the whole, there's been war all through my lifetime. You know, recognising those people, the people who'd served in various places, yes, it was a great experience marching.
I actually marched with the girls, the whole flight of girls that I had at one stage in Melbourne through Melbourne when I was at Support Command. But in later years I have marched with the Air Force, with the Women's Royal Australian Air Force, but there aren't many of us left now. I think we've all got too old to march.
We probably marched until about 2001, but you know, we just got tired of knockbacks, and you'd ask the Army marshals where we were supposed to go, and they go, "Oh, go and ask that bloke over there."
A lot of the girls have found when they march and they wear their medals on the left side, a lot of the people say to them, "You're not allowed to wear medals on that side," because they don't acknowledge that the women have been in the services, but they are allowed to wear that medal on their left side.
Recognition, because for instance, we started marching with the AAAs, the WAF, but we were non-entities in it because most of them had uniforms that they wore, blazers, whatever, and we were forgotten. So we decided we'd march in our place, which was between the Korean and the Vietnam people. The Koreans weren't all that happy. The Vietnamese weren't all that happy about us marching because we weren't veterans. But the point is, we were there. As I said, we signed the exact same papers that the men did. It wasn't our fault that we weren't posted to war places. And anyway, I had a bloke from Anzac House tell me one day that we had no right to actually march. I said, "Are you telling us we can't march?" And there was dead silence. I said, "Are you telling us we cannot march?" And he wouldn't really answer, so I rang a friend of mine who's an ex-WAF, and she got on to him.
Although the only one time that I was unhappy was before there'd been recognition of Vietnam veterans, and that was, we'd marched because the Air Force was first and we were waiting then for the others to come up. And the Vietnam vets marched up, and as they were marching up the slope going up to the shrine, I was the first person who started clapping for them. And then then gradually, you know, a few more people joined in and whatever. And I felt very distressed and very, more than angry over that. It was I felt it was a terrible, terrible thing. And I think it was that thought, one of the things, the novel I wrote for my, as part of my thesis for my master's, was a young adult novel, and it was to do with the Second World War and the Vietnam War. And, you know, so recognising the effects of that on both the people who fought in the war and people at home.
And people applaud you and clap. I mean, we're not as important as other people who've done service overseas, but you all play a part. It's all important to play a part, and you're part of a big team.
Working alongside the men of the Air Force, they will be part of the team that keeps our aircraft in the air.
Yes, it does make you feel very proud, really. very proud of, well, proud of yourself, but also of all the other members who you, when you've been in the services, you recognise what it means with all the other people who've been services too, how they must have felt.
And all the way along your heart, it's out here. It's the most amazing feeling that you have to experience it to know. But my husband wouldn't march. My father used to march occasionally. But yeah, no, it's an amazing feeling to march on Anzac Day. Even the cops go. And we used to put about 14 in the back of a four-wheel drive and drive back into Melbourne, and the cops would just, go ahead. Anzac Day was a good day.